Drill, baby, drill. Argentina is becoming the Latin American hub of oil and gas. Well, today we discuss. Welcome to Continental Insider, the offshore consulting service for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, and related internationals with a boots-on-the-ground approach. For more information, please check out continentalinsider.com. One of the promising facts about the economy in Argentina, of course, after just celebrating the first anniversary of Javier Milei in charge of the Argentina political power, and has been quite successful, to say the least. Basically, Javier Milei has turned over the situation in Argentina that was, a basket case regarding economics on the past 100 years or so, in a beautiful and promising country and promising economy. So we're start to seeing the results just after 1 year. But one of the promises of Argentina's economy has been their oil and gas industry that has been lackluster, underperforming in basically since forever. Now, Argentina has one of the most important oil and gas reserves in the world, and basically one of the most important in Latin America, that is called Vaca Muerta, or dead cow in English, if you like. This particular formation has a lot of potential regarding unconventional resources, oil and gas. Vaca Muerta is the biggest oil field in Argentina, is the second most important oil field regarding unconventional oil, and the fourth regarding natural gas. And recently, the oil production in Argentina just reached a 16-year all-time high, a little bit over 600,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Now, the reason that this particular industry in Argentina, and especially on Vaca Muerta, has been, the political and economic situation, this unease, this particular instability that we've seen in Argentina since, many decades ago, and that hinder the production and the potential of the oil industry in Argentina, specifically in Vaca Muerta. We have to remember that in 2012, the government of Argentina back then, the president was Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, CFK, if you want to, and basically her government expropriated the oil company, the Spaniard oil company, YPF. And today is a nationalized Argentinian company that used to belong to the Spaniard Repsol. Afterwards, the Argentinian government had to pay $5 billion for, illegally expropriating YPF, and then, according to a court ruling, they had to pay an additional $16 billion for, yet again, expropriating the assets of YPF that used to belong to Repsol. And just for a settlement, as a compensation, that's what the Argentinian taxpayer, at the end, that was the total bill of $21 billion, more or less. But not only is about the economical losses after the expropriation of YPF, also you have to consider that, of course, that gives bad reputation and creates unease and generates and increases the risk premium in order to invest in Argentina. So, and remember that the oil and gas industry is very capital intensive. So, therefore, you need reliable and sustainable foreign direct investment from these multinationals, big oil and gas multinationals in order to, dare to invest on the long term at any given country. And Argentina, on past administrations, don't give that particular, let's say, trustworthy vibe in order to, of course, make such large investments. And when you think about Argentina, you think in this randomness, unease that usually the Argentinian government gives you, depending on who is in charge of La Casa Rosada. And actually, afterwards, and until recently, Argentina had to import natural gas in order to cover just the domestic demand of the country, having the four largest natural gas reserves regarding unconventional resources. And then on 2015, Mauricio Macri was elected as the new president of Argentina. Macri, in case you don't know, is this particular center right wing politician. Actually, he is a very successful businessman in Argentina and very well known not only in the business and investment world, but also, of course, in politics. And actually, he is good friends with several politicians on the West, both Democrats and Republicans in the United States and the European Union, and also with right wing politicians throughout Latin America. So back then, on the early days of the Macri administration, the people, overall investors, the sentiment overall for Argentina and invest in Argentina was quite possible. And one of the things that Macri attempted on his administration is to bring investors to Vaca Muerta in order to, of course, enhance and increase the oil and natural gas production of Argentina. However, those attempts were unsuccessful, were lackluster, and fell short in order to achieve the desired outcome, that is, increase sustainably the oil and gas production in Argentina. By the end of the Macri administration on 2019, the results of this particular administration were lackluster. Actually, he underperformed compared to the expectations for the Argentinian economy. Therefore, that brought back again the left-leaning Peronistas in charge in Argentina yet again, this time with Alberto Fernandez. And again, we had Cristina Kirchner in charge again, but this time as a vice president. And I have to say that the economic performance of the Fernandez administration was pretty much terrible. The numbers, the economic numbers, one of the worst during a Argentinian president administration. And that says a lot, a record-breaking inflation number, GDP contraction, a sharp decrease on foreign direct investments, and so on and so on and so on. So, of course, every plan, every project on the oil field of Vaca Muerta basically was reversed. But of course, everything changed on late 2023. That's when Javier Milei, the libertarian economist, gets elected to be the next president of Argentina. And of course, the sentiment, the expectations from abroad were quite good, actually very bullish. Right now, just under the first year of the Milei's administration, the foreign direct investment has spiked sharply, inflation has been reduced, a lot of regulations throughout the Argentine economy has been just flat out dismantled as well. And of course, still a long way to go, a lot to fix within the Argentine economy. But one of those things that are being taken care of right now is the investment on the oil and gas industry, especially on Vaca Muerta. Regarding the Argentinian oil and gas industry, especially on Vaca Muerta, the start of the Milei administration has been quite positive. First, he created this particular private investment vehicles called RIGI, RIGI, and with those particular investment vehicles that start at 600 million US dollars in investments, right now is close to 3 billion US dollars that has been gathered through the RIGIs in order to invest on the Vaca Muerta oil fields. But not only that, it's not only about money, it's about the legal structure in order to create confidence for these big worldwide oil multinationals in order to invest in Vaca Muerta and make these huge capital expenditures that it will take years, maybe a decade, in order to see a good rate of return. So right now, on the first year of Milei's administration, everything, so far so good. Still a long way to go. The biggest challenge right now, after the investments and the will of the investors in order to sustain operations within Vaca Muerta, right now, the main issue on the long term is the infrastructure. There is estimated that Argentina needs infrastructure investments around 50 billion US dollars in order to fulfill the potential of unconventional oil and natural gas from Vaca Muerta. First, you need, of course, to increase the production, and in order to increase oil production, drill, baby, drill, you need, of course, more exploration, but also you need, of course, drill yet again in order to, of course, have the wells and then the infrastructure, and not only for oil production, but also refining, and at the end, transportation for exports or use on the domestic market. With natural gas is just the same thing. Argentina has the potential to become the largest natural gas exporter of Latin America, and they can copy the model that is used by Qatar. Qatar is one of the most important natural gas exporters all over the world, and that is thanks to the technology in order to liquefy natural gas. How this particular process works? Well, very simple. In order to use this technology, you need to compress heavily the natural gas in order to be shipped on, of course, gas ships and be exported all over the world. Argentina has the potential to do the same, has the raw material, the natural resources, the unconventional resources. However, Argentina needs the particular infrastructure to first produce this particular natural gas and then send it to the facilities that this particular natural gas will be compressed and then be exported via a shipping terminal in, of course, Argentina, and then, of course, sell all over the world. However, this particular investment is going to take tens of billions of US dollars in order to be sustainable on the long term. So right now, from everything that we're seeing from Argentina, the future of the country looks very promising. Hope this particular case is for the good, is for the long term. Only time will tell, but nevertheless, a lot of interesting projects in Argentina right now, and natural gas is certainly one of them. Thank you for watching Continental Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media, and if you want to work with us, continentalinsider.com. Thanks again, and have a nice day.